The Chris Stegall Show. It's the Piazza Pet of the Week.
Made possible by the Piazza Auto Group.
If I wasn't getting in a car after the show and driving to D.C., Flynn would be coming home with me. This one, Jillian.
Look at that tail go.
Flynn is as happy, he's licking, he's excited. Flynn came in and immediately greeted me. Not all the animals do that. Flynn did.
Yeah, so Flynn, sorry.
Good morning,
I just had to
by
put
the
him
way.
down. Good morning. He's, showering me with kisses, so I had to put him on the ground
What
because
an
otherwise
adorable dog.
it's a little distracting. He's really adorable. He is a terrier mix. We are estimating he's about 1 year old, but I think he might be closer to 2 or 3. And he came to us. Unfortunately, his owner had to surrender him because they couldn't take care of him anymore. When he came in, he did have, I think he's a long-haired dog, believe it or not. He had a lot of fur, and it was unfortunately matted. So he also, as many of our dogs do, is sporting a fun haircut right now and is all shaved. But so he's actually been in a home recently, but was returned for a complaint of chasing the cat, which I feel like
Oh, he's playing.
Yeah, I think he's playing.
This guy.
I think this rivalry, goes back into history of
Sure.
cats v dogs. So
He
can't
wants to
blame him for
play.
that.
Flynn just wants to play. He wants a friend to play. And
Yes.
this is the sweetest puppy. You got to get Flynn home today. It's going to happen today, by the way. Once you see video of Flynn and you see the picture, Flynn will go home today.
Yes,
that's my
he's
prediction.
really lovely. I mean, unless you want a dog who completely ignores you, then he's not for you. But
I don't have a ton of time to get into this, but you were part of what Paige was talking about this morning during your newscast. This ring, they fight birds, the roosters. It's the weirdest thing. You, the PSPCA, were part of breaking that up this week.
correct. Yeah. So some of our humane law enforcement officers, we call ourselves sort of the animal cops. But we went out on a scene. We were actually in the neighborhood on a totally unrelated case, and they happened to spot some birds in a backyard that were what we call dressed for fighting, and did some obviously additional investigation. And we executed a search warrant yesterday at a house in the Kensington neighborhood. And
Did you know what they do to these birds to get them dressed for fighting?
I don't. Right. So dress doesn't mean that they're wearing clothes. It means essentially that they remove their, what they call the comb on the top of their head.
The red stuff.
Yeah, and the wattles underneath their chin, as well as shaving their chests so that there are no feathers there.
They are bred specifically to do this, fight.
Correct. So the majority of the birds that we seized yesterday were roosters. There were some hens as well, who I think the hens have some potential possibly to someday go to a farm or things like that. But the other birds really are bred for fighting. So, we'll have to see what their future will hold. Our vets will do some forensic examinations of them and, see what their future holds. But they really are bred for fighting.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And there's money to be made doing this, I guess, right?
There is. Animal fighting, unfortunately, we've heard a lot about dog fighting in this area, but, this extent, kind of runs the gamut. There's money to be made, and I think that that's probably why people do this. But, something that we want everyone to know is that animal fighting, whether it's dogs or roosters in this case, is a felony. So it is very possible that, when you do these kind of things, you will face jail time. So our humane law enforcement obviously is, dedicated to making sure that these types of things are stopped.
CBSPhilly.com/PiazzaPet. CBSPhilly.com/PiazzaPet to see pictures and video of Flynn, this week's Piazza Pet of the Week. Thank you, Jillian.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us. And, obviously, thanks to Piazza Auto Group as well for letting us come on with Flynn. And we hope we find him a home because he's really adorable.
A little before 8 o'clock now on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
The Piazza Pet of the Week was made possible by the Piazza Auto Group with 12 Acura, Honda, Hyundai, Mazda, and Volkswagen